So let us understand why writing letters is so important, even letters that we never really send. The answer to this is writing letters that we never send can actually be very good for our mental health. When we can't express emotions like anger, sadness, or even fear, it can make us feel really worse. It can even lead to problems like trouble in sleeping, feeling paranoid, feeling bitter, or even having stomach issues and digestion issues. But if we find a way to express ourselves, then it can help us to feel better and see things in a new light. Sometimes, even though it's really hard to express ourselves openly, it could be hard because the person that we want to talk to might have passed away and not be there, or maybe they are unavailable to talk to, or maybe they are very fragile, or maybe they are very scary. So it's impossible for us to talk to them. So we think that it's pointless to say anything and we keep our feelings inside. We suppress them, repress them, and we keep them inside. Sometimes we even end up denying those feelings. But there's very something really interesting about our minds that we may not realize. And that is, in many cases, it is not so much about whether the other person can actually hear what we have to say. It is more about us giving ourselves a chance to say it in a meaningful way. So even if we have to shout our feelings out emptily anywhere, in an open space or in completely lonely space, or scream it out in a pillow, or share our thoughts just with an empty chair, like many healing modalities do. It is just as helpful as actually having a conversation with the other person who could be a difficult parent or an insensitive partner or somebody really mean or somebody that you're having problems with. It is just as helpful as having an actual conversation with them. One very helpful thing that we can do for ourselves is to write a letter that we don't plan to send. Maybe we can't send it because, like I said earlier, the person we want to talk to is gone, or maybe because we don't really think that they'll understand. So, writing a long letter can be a way to organize our jumbled emotions and try to make sense of that story. As we write, all our confusing cries, our screams, our emotions turn into understandable, relatable, moving words. From there, we can go. We can simply go from saying, I hate you so much, or why, to explaining exactly how we feel, the pain that we've been through, and how it still affects us. It's like being a mature lawyer who is presenting a case for a scared, confused child. This is a very good way of doing it. By writing these letters, we can share our story with our own selves. Even if the other person doesn't hear it, we still give ourselves a chance to feel validated and understood. We realize that the most important audience for our own story is ourselves. Sometimes we may think that we can only find relief by talking directly to the person who has hurt us, but believe me, that is definitely not true. We have more freedom than that because the most important person that you need to convince is your own self. The most important person that you need to explain everything to is your own self. So, the best way to do this is by writing the letter. Another reason for writing these letters is when you write it, it becomes solid. You can visualize it, you can see it, so you can process it better. You can see your own progress. And also by writing it, we generally shake loose the emotions which are attached to those words. And once those emotions are shaken loose, you can see it from a better perspective, a neutral perspective, and that helps also a lot. I hope this has helped you a lot, and I look forward to making more such videos for you. Thank you very much.